Hi Fiona, I thought it was easy for me to show you this way, the trouble that you might be having. So you can see down here, yes, you've got worksheet 1 and worksheet 2 which you need to work through. Firstly, I just want to check that when you start a unit, you go into support resource, where a little slideshow will open up. If you missed out on an orientation session, you might not know this little trick, but before you start every unit you should open up this support resource and go to slide 2 where you'll see a little task sheet. You should open up this and print it, and this gives you a step-by-step instructions of what you have to do. So here it says review the content presented in the online support resource, which is that little blue slideshow that we just opened. So you go back and read through all of those slides. Then it tells you to read page 3 to 9 of your book. Then it says that practical tasks 1 to 6 are optional and do not do assessment activities. So you don't do anything in the books. Then again it continues on to show you what to do. So it's saying here you've got a view of PowerPoint, which is in the additional resources section, which is just there under support resources. So once you work through all of that sheet and you're up to the assessments, as you said, assessment task 1, when you look at the instructions, yes, is to be completed while you're on vocational placement, but that is not the only part of the assessment. So every unit, assessment task 1 is a task that you will have to do when you're out on vocational placement, and that task is found in your vocational placement book. As it says here, this is documented using the training record book or the vocational placement book. So basically you can jump over assessment task 1 when you're doing the computer work, go straight to assessment task 2. So I'll just wait for that to come up. Now because this one I can see it's a quiz, there won't be any instructions here. You just simply go straight to the quiz. Now my page is a little bit different. You wouldn't see this because this is the teacher view, but basically you would hopefully see this, which would just be the test. So you've got all of the questions there, and you just have to work through and do that. And then once you got down to the bottom, I'm sure you'll have like a save or a submit button. You click on that and that's your assessment. So basically once you do your vocational placement and complete all of the tasks and get signed off on vocational placement, I will then enter a mark for assessment task 1. I'll just go back to the course homepage and just remind you about the vocational placement book. That is actually found on the front, so the course homepage, and it's there. So I'll just show you, for example, and you would have got this book when you first enrolled. It's the book with the green cover. So if we go, we can have a look at the task for that unit that you're talking about. So we'll just scroll down through it. La-di-da. Don't know if you can hear the rain in the background, but it's pouring down. Okay, so you have to do all of these tasks, and these will need to be verified by your supervisor when you're out in placement, so that those columns there will need to be signed. That's where you record your hours. This is a self-evaluation chart, so you have to fill this in. It's basically looking at all the employability skills that you will need to know or be able to demonstrate to work as an educator in the early childhood education profession. So you can put down here whether you're not demonstrating, working towards or demonstrating. Now you won't get marked down if you're not demonstrating. This is purely as something that you can look at to identify, maybe this is something that I need to develop further while I'm on placement. So it's purely something that you can use to evaluate your own learning and your own skills. Okay, and then soon enough we'll get to, so you have to do this task. This is a requirement of your vocational placement, and then you can see here are the tasks with the codes. So let's find the one that we're just looking at, which is the HLT, Workplace Health and Safety. So you can see there's a task for every unit. So this basically here is equal to assessment task 1, and you will complete this when you're out on vocational placement. So you will answer these questions on a separate piece of paper. You'll put this whole book, hole punch it and say put it into a folder, and then insert the paper with these answers after this unit. And then you continue on and do the rest of them. Right down the bottom, if we keep scrolling down past all the tasks, so you need to do all of those, are the third-party reports. And this is where you need to fill out all of this, and then your supervisor is ticking that yes, you have done that, yes, you have done the self-evaluation, and yes, you have done the activities. And they can put some comments down as to whether or not you did really well at those. And then they have to put their name and signature, as well as your name and signature and date. And this is what we use as their confirmation that in their opinion they think you are competent in the workplace. And there you can see there's one for every unit again. Anyone who signs in this book, I'll take you right back up, I think it's to page 8 or page 7. Anyone who signs in this book needs to put their details here. So persons authorised to supervise. So this just makes sure that we've got a record of exactly who it was that was supervising you and what their position and their qualifications are. So if there's any more questions about your vocational placement book, here you can just put down the date you start and the date you finish. If you've got any more questions about that, just send me an email. Otherwise, I will stop this now. Hopefully this has clarified everything for you. As I said, so for every unit, you can skip over the assessment task 1 because that is the task that you will do once you've completed your vocational placement. So I hope this helps out, Fiona. Let me know if it does. It's the first time I've done one of these recorded screenshots, so hopefully it's worked well for you. Thanks, bye.